You think your money is safe, in the bank, protected, growing. But here's the truth. It's quietly losing value. And no, inflation isn't showing up on your receipts. You can't see it on the news. Yet month after month, year after year, your savings shrink. Not because someone is stealing it, not because of bad luck, but because of how the system was built to work. Today, we're going to unravel why your cash isn't what you think it is and what almost no one is telling you about money in modern times. Right now, millions of people feel secure because they have money in the bank. Yet over the past decade, central banks have flooded economies with cheap cash. Interest rates have been near zero. On paper, that looks great for borrowing, but for savers, it's a silent trap. The money you've worked so hard to save is slowly being eaten alive. And the worst part? Most people don't even notice until it's too late. Let's start with what you probably think is happening. You deposit $10,000. The bank pays you 1% interest per year. At first glance, that seems safe. You earn a little, nothing fancy, steady, predictable. That's how it's supposed to work. Simple math, safe math. But here's the catch. That 1% is nominal. It doesn't account for hidden forces, taxes, fees, and the quiet inflation baked into the system. By the time your interest lands in your account, it's already losing ground. Even when the official inflation number is low, your money is already behind. And if you check your bank app, it looks normal. Everything looks fine. That's the irony. The real culprit isn't the bank. It's the system itself. Central banks inject liquidity, fresh money, into the economy during crises. They call it stimulus. Everyone cheers. Stocks soar. Markets stabilize. But every new dollar quietly dilutes the value of the dollars already sitting in your account. Your $10,000 now buys slightly less than it did yesterday. And because this inflation is spread across unseen channels, asset prices, services, and global supply chains, you never see it directly. It's like losing weight in a fog. You feel lighter, but the scale doesn't move. And here's another layer. Banks themselves. They lend your money at higher rates than they pay you. On the surface, that's banking. But during long periods of low interest rates, savers earn almost nothing. Meanwhile, borrowers, corporations, governments, and investors make money. The math isn't just unfair, it's rigged to favor those who don't play by the same rules you do. Here's the reality. $10,000 at 1% interest grows to $11,046 over 10 years. Sounds fine, right? But if the real loss of purchasing power, hidden inflation, asset inflation, opportunity cost is 3% per year, your $10,000 is effectively only $7,400 after a decade. That's nearly a quarter of your savings gone. And yet, every month, your statement shows a higher number. Illusion versus reality. That's the uncomfortable truth most people never calculate. Financial media tells you everything is fine. Inflation is low, savings are safe, your bank account is stable. But the hidden layers of modern money, quantitative easing, global debt markets, asset bubbles, paint a very different picture. Your money might technically grow, but relative to the real economy, relative to what things actually cost, it's falling behind. The hype and reality rarely match, and the longer you ignore it, the bigger the gap becomes. This isn't just about losing a few $100s, it's about the fragility of a system millions rely on. When savers consistently earn less than the hidden cost of money, inequality widens. Debt becomes easier for governments and harder for citizens to manage. Retirement plans underperform. And when the next economic shock hits, those with invisible losses are hit first, hardest, and often without warning. It's quiet, it's invisible, it's systemic, and yet it's happening under your nose. So what can you do? That's the question almost no one can answer with certainty. The system isn't designed for transparency, and the forces shrinking your savings aren't breaking any laws. You could move money, hedge, invest, but the risks are real and the rules keep changing. The uncomfortable truth is this: just because your money sits still doesn't mean it's safe. It's moving, quietly, relentlessly, and for most people, it's moving in the wrong direction. Money has always been more than numbers. It's power, it's influence, it's control. And sometimes the hardest lesson isn't about earning more. It's realizing that your safest place might already be losing. How long before you notice? That's the question we'll leave hanging.